start this soon. Just gotta shoot out a few links. Just give me a moment. There we go. There we go. Throw this into the live scene. Fantastic. It's all looking good. So what we're currently doing at the moment, let me turn the music down just a little. It's kind of overpowering my voice a little bit from what it looks like. There we go. We are doing a bit of 3D modeling work today. I do have some commissions I need to get done, and one of the customers decided they'd be okay with me live streaming as I'm sitting there working. So that's what we shall do. First order of business, we need to get everything set up and posted out here in Unity. Given there is a lot to do, there is a good to fair chance I'm not gonna get everything done today, but we can get a good chunk for sure. Hey yo, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. So, first order of business. Oh, and it even comes with a blend. That's actually fantastic. We might be able to open up Blender first things first instead of Unity. I'll have to swap that over when we get to that, but we might as well get both things set up. We're obviously gonna need some substance painter work too. Gonna be a lot. Let me open up this. Oh, there we go. Close that down. Back into here. So, there's going to be a bit of setup required, given the amount of things we have to initially import in the first place, starting with our VRC SDK. That's always the first thing you throw in. Bones, obviously. Oh, while that's doing that, what we'll do, currently importing, we'll actually show it in Blender. If a window will actually show up, or if I'm not allowed to. Yeah. I'll figure something out here in a moment. Don't be breaking on me now doing this, Unity. I do not want to have to share a raw desktop. I mean, I can if I need to, but you were working so good a moment ago. Oh, there you go. Just took a moment. Cannot get Blender to be picked up by the game capture, but if I might be actually be able to if I try something different. If I throw this over here. There we go. I just had to swap its monitor. It's the Unity. Close that down and open up Blender. Is there something specific I have to do with the game capture to allow it? Apologies for the minor technical difficulties. I've never actually done a live stream this way. Usually it's a little new to me. Get Blender. Show up in Streamlabs, please. No. Okay, well, we'll just stick with Unity for now then. It's fine. We'll just do it that way and just get things imported first. Oh boy. Some of this may take some time. But we'll get the base and everything in first. Export that and get this into we'll just export that and we'll get working on it back in Blender in a moment. So I'll put that there for now. Unity's still importing your shaders, so we'll give that a moment so I can actually get it into, yeah, see, it's trying to pull up that editor and it shouldn't be doing that. There we go. Let's import the exe for, not exe, the FBX for now. What that'll do is we can actually get it into the scene starting, which is looking pretty basic because it's just straight out of Blender. The textures aren't there yet, but the good news is because we have it in this state, we can take it straight into Substance Painter and actually get painting to the design you are after. These Hobkin models are pretty finicky, which makes this fun. So move that. Open up. We'll open up Adobe Substance Painter now. Get this in there so we can actually get your color scheme on it. Let's see if game capture brusher will pick up substance paint specifically. So that's that. There we go. Well, part of it. I gotta resize it real quick. Transform, stretch to fit screen. There we go. We actually have Substance Painter up and working at least. So I take your base Hobkin. That format works. Let that scene load up. Perfect. So now we have a base to work off of. So let's move this way. Grab that and scale it. So that's specifically for the blush. Perfect. So now to pull up your reference. Awesome. A lot of dots. Looks like greenish eyes. Interesting. We can actually, thankfully, we can actually start there. As if I color in there, it won't annihilate the base design. So the base of the eyes are white, so we'll actually just, oh wait, we'll need to put a mirror on that. So we can get both at once. Thankfully with how this is set up, it won't interfere with the rest of the model. Do is a few tests and see where you like the size of the eyes as a whole. Try to get them as centered as possible. See, that looks, oh yeah, that's the wrong brush. Whoops. So Control Z that. Get the correct brush. No. There. Move that brush in. Leave it about there. No material. Okay. Ah, that's right. Brushes like to do that. So we go to cracks to get a material. Back to basic. Color, normal, roughness. We're not going to need metallics on this one specifically. Now we can get the blacks of the eyes, as they seem to have quite the aggressive outline. Well, that's got height mapping on it. Oops. Bring that back to flat 0. So, size-wise, maybe a little bigger. Size it up a little bit to about 5.3. Start there, and they're a little close together. Try right about there, because I do have it squinting. Imagine we're going to round it off a little more later. This is a beginning. Blue. It's like a bluish probably. Let's go 289. Start there. Not too small. There's going to be a lot of this. So, black in. We're going to have to get the shine and everything. But we can work on that. Quick test. Take the shape. We'll actually size it down and draw the shape instead of messing with the alpha, but do we have like a snake eye alpha already? That would actually save it, but if not, we can always do it the manual way, slow and steady. Well, that could be a good bottom half and then rotate it 180. Oh. Moved out of the tracking window. I might actually have to use that a bit more. Squeeze to it. Use that alpha. Oh, is it? Here, I will turn it up a bit more. I think it's the direction I was facing, but I'll turn up the sensitivity. Go there. Go into the audio settings. Awesome, awesome. I'm kind of having to turn like this in the mics, you know, over here. So if I turn away too much as I'm focusing on the other monitor, which is what I have your project in, it's going to cause some sound issues. So if I take this, size it up. Okay, so it does have what I'm looking for, right? I just have to do some rotation on it. At least the basics. At least that. So I believe we're gonna have to go 90 degrees. And that should, yes, perfect. So that's 3.8, yeah, maybe like a 4.2 probably. It's a bit much, actually. Kind of aggressive. We can round this out as time goes on. And then you obviously had eye sheen, so what I'll do, size that way down just as an idea. So you head on. Let's see. Have to be a white with a little bit of a metallic to get the more sheen-like effect we're after here. Try to line it up as well as I can. It's not coming through super well actually. We're gonna have to X-nay the roughness, turn up the metallic, change the normal to more there. So we're gonna need roughness no matter what if we want any sort of shine to this thing. And a bit of rotation. wait until later on any color adjustments. Well, it's actually better to do it sooner rather than later, mainly as a result of then I'd have to go back and repaint everything on those eyes. So it's a good thing you mentioned it sooner, so we can actually back out of that. Return back to a default alpha by going to cracks, back to basic hard. Sizing it back down to about 4.7 I used? No, it was 4.3. That might be a little too big, actually. What did I use? 3.9? That's a little too small. And then we need to go back down here. Grab color and normal. Need a more emerald green shade. Which would be what hex code? What kind of hex codes do those fall under? Oh, the 50C8s. All right. So I'll grab that. Really? He doesn't want to... Why does it not want to edit? That's super weird. Blender, quit being weird. Not Blender, Substance Painter. So you're looking more of that color? I'll have to do it the slow, old-fashioned way. Not showing up. Can't actually see the color. Alright, here, what I'll do, it's not being picked up because it's actually a separate window, so I'll throw it on there real quick. It's got height mapping on it, we'll fix that. By putting it at tap 0. I'm thinking more of that shade, or is that a little too lime in it? I think it looks a little too much like lime green than it does emerald green, so let's try more this green. It leans a little more into the turquoise again, but if we overlay that looks a little better, I think. At least color-wise. And then go back to the alpha. And back to a 3.8 size on a 90-degree rotation. Oh, okay. Let me... Oh, so something a little more dark. Okay, I see. Something in the more darker shades. I got you. So we have to reset the... there. go into the greens and make it more like that. That looks a lot closer to what you're after. So resize to 4.1. Do a bit of a drag over here. Well, it's got height mapping. Whoops. It always wants to default to a negative height map. You don't want the eyes indented that heavily. You can indent them a little bit if you'd like for the extra detail, but color-wise, that looks a lot closer. More of an emerald green. Phones hit me with notice. Those ears are going to take a lot of fading. Awesome. Next up on the list then, get the actual pupils in there. Going to be a lot of trial and error, but as a result, multiple attempts, you learn, you improve, and it's fantastic. 4.1's too much. So a 3.8 again, straighten the camera out so I have a decent angle on it. So maybe a little too big. Maybe I might need to squeeze it inward a little bit and do a bit more changing with the shape, which I can do. I can just add the green over those eyes if they're too big, or if you want them a little sharper, things of that nature. So, use the same stencil with the white. So you have that little sheen on the eyes. I actually want to get that caught up in there. It'd make life really good. It'd make it look even nicer. So let's add some metallic, some roughness. Down a bit with a bit up on that's maybe not enough roughness. And if you want, we can have the mirroring off so it doesn't sheen on both eyes, or they look different on each side. So we can have like for example, a little more on the inside, and on this one it's more on the outside. You kind of have that kind of look. Eyes are straight white in the background, so that makes that super easy. Let's sit here and do height mapping and all of that. There's a lot we can do with the eyes, just based on little details you want. What I will do is actually do the baseline fill gray, so I can get at least a basic idea of where everything's at. The eyelashes are actually darker, so is that a body texture or Control Z that? I think that might be body. We can test that actually with let's go black and then just hit this right here. Yeah, okay, so that is on the body texture, which means it could be overlaid if I'm not careful. But you have dark lashes, so oh. color the body so it can match the eyes to the shade. We can do that. And absolute worst case scenario, I just go back to the eye texture and just paint over it white like the rest of the eye, because it's just it'd be a matching white, and then just redo it. So I don't have to go back and do the whole project again. After all, this is first draft, and I like to get multiple versions to find the exact one you're after. Go with the normals for now. Black that out for this. Very careful with the placement of it. Oh yeah, see, it's height mapped. I need to remember that. This loves to do that. But we are going to use some height mapping on certain parts to get the, you know, fluff-like effects and, you know, the extras on top. Maybe drag it into Blender and get a lot of work done with. Wait a minute, why is it doing that? Is there a spacing issue on? Yes, there is. Wait, why is it? Oh, that's super weird. Okay, hold on. Did I height map it to 1 or something? You know what? Let's turn it off entirely and see if that fixes it. Yep. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Substance Painter. Pixelated for now. Ooh, I do not want it getting on the back there though. That's super weird. Okay, so these are gonna be finicky as hell. But I have dealt with worse. In fact, I don't want to paint through is what's gonna bother me. Do not want that. It's not going to paint the eye because the eye is a separate mesh. Well, texture rather. I'm going to have to get a really small brush and just do this pixel by pixel. That's going to be fun. Ooh. Does not like to color well, does she? Look at that. It really doesn't like to color super well. Back out of the eye real quick. I think I'm gonna have to go around it. Oh, there we go. We're starting to find it. I can already tell these are gonna be a pain. I want to knock them out quickly, but this, I'm right on it and it's not wanting to color. What if I come from the other side and do it this way? Hello, hello. How are you doing? We're just doing some 3D modeling work here on this stream. Helping somebody get a model they want made. Not working? Or is it because I was turned away again? Hang on, I got an idea. To solve this mic direction issue. I mean, I'm gonna need to do this anyway. Mainly as a result of... Move that to down. I just finished eating before I started this stream, so I need to take that plate downstairs. But I'll move the desk mic over onto this side because I'm going to be leaning in this direction a lot. So there you go. And now when I'm leaning this direction. Oh, you muted me? I mean, fair enough. I'm very noisy. I like to talk a lot. It'd get annoying after a while. Sorry about any noise. Just trying to reposition. You know, here, I'll mute the mic for just a second so I can reposition the thing. That should be better. Now that that's all put in place, yeah, it's all good, Reedy. Get back into Substance Painter and actually try to see what I can do with these eyes that really just don't like coloring well. I got a little black dot right there. I can cover that up with the actual physical body painting we're going to be doing, so not like it's impossible to deal with. Now, why does it want to do that weird pixeling thing? Oh well. Ooh, but oh, the ones on the, well, it's going to be on the inside of the face, but we're not going to be inside the face, so it doesn't really matter too much. What am I making? Oh, I am currently making a 3D model, a Hobkin, for a, I guess, friend of a friend, and they wanted to commission me for a custom model, and I'm going through the motions to do that. They're here in chat, so you guys can say hello to each other if you wish. Yeah, I was thinking, you know what, instead of sitting back and doing models in the background and then doing streams and balancing both on top of things I have to do in my personal life, I figured, hey, why not both? All obviously with permission from the one who wants the model done. Hey, it's Michaela again. Good seeing you drop by a second time today. Let's see if that painted through. Okay, thankfully it's not trying to paint through the face anymore. Well, through the lash. Because that was what was bothering me. Yeah, you joined in on a 3D modeling stream. I'm going to be trying to do these a lot as well. Funnily enough, I also have planned Reedy, you can do that, yeah. I mean, there's an audience, there's people that want to see it, they'll tune in. There we go. Falls asleep of boredom. Yeah. It's a very tedious process doing this. But I find enjoyment in it. And if the customer likes the product, then, you know, name gets out there, I get to do it more. Yeah, we're not in the nitty-gritty of armature work and working in Blender and all of that. Blender, for one, wants to be very angry with OBS for some reason. I'll have to work out those kinks in a moment. We're currently just getting the design and colors on first, so we can actually see what does and doesn't need to be done in Blender. Well, yeah, exactly. Noted, Reedy. And yeah, Michaela, you can make money on the side of this. It is actually, depending on what you make and your level of skill, you can make quite the living off of it. Now, unless you're super popular and, you know, everybody knows your name and knows your work, you can't necessarily fully live off this. But, you know, you're working a 9-to-5 job or something, and you need a little extra money on the side, this is a great way to get there. I don't have mirroring on. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna start the other side. I'm gonna start the other side. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my soul a lot right now. It's fine. At least I know what requires what now. There we go. $10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Oh, 13 hour. That is rough. But jobs like that generally tend to pay well, given they have to give you overtime for that. Which, depending on the state, can be really good money. $3:16 p.m. Ah, you're on the other side of the pond then. It's 10:17 p.m. here. I'm over here in the States. Ooh. Did not mean to do that. Ooh, I control Z'd a bit too much. You know, we'll get this whole under the eyelash thing first, as that's going to give me the most trouble by the looks of it. Oh, for sure. Gets Karens all the... Oh, you're over there in Upside Down Land, really interesting. I got a buddy from there. Here's some crazy stuff. It's always fascinating. And she gets Karens all the time, huh? Working in a customer service role. Because, yeah, you'll get a lot of those. They're very frustrating. Sure I didn't hit the nose doing that. Alright. Honestly, I would very much struggle dealing with the customer service field. I mean, I did work a security job for 3.5 years, so I had to deal with homeless and the like. But, I mean, a job like that, your whole gimmick is, if you don't belong here, leave. With customer service like that, you can't necessarily do that. You You have to deal with their shenanigans with a smile on your face. Customer service, as far as I'm concerned, does not get paid enough to deal with the crap they have to deal with. And that's just a fact. Actually the inside of the eye. Do we want that blacked out? Do we want to leave that? That's probably going to be main body color. So we'll be careful about that, moving that. The pixels can go over because we can always correct that once we get the rest of the main body color. Hopefully the music is of acceptable tone for this. Ooh, I control Z a little too much again. 15 an hour, I mean, that also depends on which state you're getting 15 an hour in, because if you're over in some of the more, what is it, like Midwestern states, that's decent money. But if you're over in like California or something, that's minimum wage. So perspective does matter there. But then again, California is kind of a nightmare to live in for a multitude of reasons. There's memes about it all the time for a reason. Substance Painter, are you okay? Why did it do that? That's super weird. Well, it's not even the heat that's the real problem in Cali. It's how expensive it is. I've heard of like studio apartments, you know, or even just basic one-bedroom apartments being $1,300 a month for rent without utilities, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, $15 an hour is good, but doesn't get you very far. That's the weird dichotomy. You would think if you worked full-time, you should be able to, at bare minimum, afford a roof over your head on your own. Like, yeah, if you're working part-time, sure, it makes sense. You might not be able to, but if you're working full-time, 40 hours, sometimes overtime, yada yada. Ah, Oregon. How is it up there? Oh, I have to be super finicky with this line work here. Just to finish up the lashes. You have a whole body to color. I'm gonna have to use these later. Oh, move to a new state. Have fun in the ice storms. Okay. I mean, I guess that's better than tornadoes. Again, I guess perspective matters a lot there. The thing that terrifies me about tornadoes specifically is they can send a straw of hay straight into a tree and it'll stick like a dart. That's a clue. Oh, I hit the inside of the hair. Whoops. Well, we're gonna recolor the hair anyway, so we can just leave it for now. Now that I have mirroring on, this should all transfer to the other lash. Multiple houses. Ooh. They're evil. Right, is that's still part of the lash, so I can actually color that. Oh, looks like they're coming together well. Yeah, I can imagine. Tornado takes everything. I mean, there's only once in my life I've actually even been under a tornado. Thankfully, there's only once in my life I've actually been in a tornado warning. And that's when I was visiting family over in... Oh, was it? No, it wasn't Michigan. No, I don't think Michigan gets tornadoes. I wanted to say Michigan. Which state was it? Ah! Somewhere down there in Tornado Alley. But it's when I was like 6. I don't even remember much of it. It does remind me of a funny story when I was out in Michigan. Oh, I hit the hair again. Whatever. When I was younger, I would visit a great-grandmother of mine that lived out there. In her backyard, there was no fence. It was just the backyard and then just miles of forest. Which, that was pretty cool. We'd always venture out. Me and my brother, when we were younger, would always venture out there. What was wild about that is... not only were there train tracks out there, if we went further out, there was a lot of weird stuff that's just abandoned out in the woods. Really? I appreciate that. I try to keep everyone entertained. Last thing I want to do is sit here silently and be boring. Oh, you live in actual woods? Nice. Yeah, I distinctly remember one day we were sitting in the, I think it was the dining room over at the great-grandmother's house. This was years ago. I was like, again, 6 at the time. Sure enough, we just see a bunch of wild turkeys. Just wild turkeys, gobble, gobble, gobble. Just come walking out the woods. Pack like 4 of them. Just walk across the backyard, jumps into the neighbor's yard, and then back into the woods. It's like, okay. It is. I wish I might need to go talk to one of my grandparents on that side of the family and see if they still have photos of it lying around somewhere. That was wild. It's not the craziest thing we've seen out there, but it's definitely one of the most memorable. And it blew my 6-year-old mind. It's like, wait a minute, wild turkeys? And I'm glad I'm entertained. And Reedy, glad I'm entertaining. Means I'm doing something right. Ah, that shine. I need to turn the light source off here in Substance Painter. Oh, the inner part of the eyelash here is going to be a real pain to get to. Bears. Those are scary things. Giant, fluffy killing machines. I have not had a run-in, thankfully. Though, the closest thing I get to that is I did have a run-in when I was camping with my dad when I was younger. We used to do like actual camping, not that camper stuff where you get like an RV from a rental place or whatever, no, like actual camping. You go out into the woods. Yeah, that type of stuff. Well, distinctly remember we were hearing some... Oh, you actually straight up dealt with it. Whew. You live in an exciting life over there. More than even me. Like, yeah, I might be going skydiving on the 22nd, but I can't say I've gotten straight up attacked by a bear. That's a whole nother level. Come on, color in. There you go. Why is that one being so finicky? I'll have to get to it later. I'll probably recolor this part of the eye once that becomes a bit more important, but we're just going to leave it like this for now as a baseline. It will at least give me a border of what goes where. And should we need to change the color, we will. But yeah, we went out like camping, and had a fairly close call with the mountain lion, but aside from that, you know, thankfully no bears, none of that nonsense. So that should all have transferred over to the other one. Yup. A few missing little dots here and there, but that can be fixed. And we can always recolor back here once we get to the body portion of this all. So eyes are coming together pretty well. Perfect, perfect. Scroll back up to your model, so it's sort of a grayish white you have going here. And there's... Ooh, I'm gonna have to do a lot of fading on that, aren't I? Ooh, this could take a while. I like it, though. I like the design philosophy. I would say if Ilavi, if you are still here, I would say a few more reference photos would definitely help getting every little design aspect down. But I can work with this, but it would be easier. Yep. I'm specifically just looking for all of the design patterns on your character. As I'm seeing a lot of dotting and fading, but don't know if there's any specifically going down the back, if there's like a design or, you know, where the dots start and end, or if it's just over the whole thing, that kind of deal. I am noticing it's mostly on the darker gray on the back. That should not have stuck on there. That can always be removed over in Blender. We'll get with the rest of the body here and do a... Oh, that's the only art at the moment. That's fine. I will do the best I can with that. I can also... I mean, even when I'm not streaming, there will be times I will still be working on this. I'll get to your message in just a moment, Michaela. And yeah, you mentioned that earlier, Reedy. I have taken a mental note of that. But, lovey. So, even when I'm not streaming, I will be still working on the model here. I'll be doing the coloring, and I'm going to be doing stuff in Blender as well. I can try to get, try to get everything wrapped up together at once. I will send consistent updates on it, so just in case, I make a wrong color or we need to change something, I can go back and do it earlier. So just keep an eye out, and I'll make sure to keep you posted even when I'm doing a different stream or whatever. I stress that a lot when I'm working with people's models. I want to keep them step by step updated. It's just good business sense. It's good business practice. So what I'm probably going to do is start with a whole body gray, and then have that as a lower fill layer, and then put the lighter gray over it where I need to, and then use that as well for all the dotting. Well, it does look very natural. It does flow together extremely well. So you got that down pretty well. However, I am very, very finicky on details in the regards of, like, I want to get as close as physically possible, to the point when I was working on Rune's avatar, I think I spent the better part of 2 hours messing with individual shades of blue to get it to look as close as reasonably possible without a direct hex code. Noted, Reedy. I am unfortunately a bit taken up at the moment doing this. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to add a layer. And then put that fill layer below layer 1. I don't want it in layer 1. That's not what I want. Because that's actually going to, yeah, completely cover it up. So I need to not remove. There we go. Put that one under. And then specifically go into its color mapping. Start with a darker, that's too dark. This is a very light gray you have there. And where I'll work on the blush in a bit, I need to... that's going to require a lot of shading and work too, and that looks super jank with it not being adjusted. Oh well. There's a lot of curse shenanigans that come from this. Oh, you're right, you're right. Sorry, Michaela. I am... brains all over the place. With an interpretation. Alright. So, you're just jogging, listening to music. You hear rustling. And then a big... oh, straight up bear attacked you. And it didn't maul you outright? Did it? What? That is... I mean, that'll give you a jump scare of your life. Hot damn. And alright, let's see. I mean, you had to stay in the hospital for a day. Well, of course you're gonna have to be in the hospital. I mean, doctors here, you got attacked by a bear. Ah, so there was... well, good thing someone else was there too. That makes a lot... oof. Thankfully. Yeah. LV, you're fine with an interpretation of the art sent. I mean, alright, I'm still going to try to get it as close as I can. The closer the better, makes life easier. Okay, let's swap back over to Substance Painter so I'm not interrupting Streamlabs. So it's a little bit of a lighter gray, and then the face and all of that's going to be a darker gray. I'm going to have to do something specific with that blush. I'm going to have to do some work in Blender to make it not like blocking like it is. I think I should be able to toggle it, but well, whoever made the Hobkin gave you a lot of space for the blush. And I'll think on some interesting designs for it. So we'll have that fill layer. Those lashes are layer 1. So if we add another for paint specifically, how much brighter of a gray is that? A little too drastic, so a little darker. That's too dark. Ooh, we're playing with fire here. I think a slightly lighter gray with probably with some fading. If I can do a lighter gray with some fading, I might be able to get it to look like it blends in a lot better. It's gonna take a little bit of work though, but that's par for the course. Yeah, Michaela, that sounds about right. A bear attacking a lone person. It's very rare people come back from that both alone and alive. So heard stories of bears taking multiple rounds of ammunition without giving up. They are a terrifying creature. So you kind of do the thing I do, where whenever they sent something out for a commission, that whenever somebody else is making it, just tell them, you know, have a little, what's the term I always use? Not artistic freedom, it is creative freedom. Or creative liberty, something like that. I mean, creative flair works too. I forget, there's this very specific term for you take what I have sent and just take an interpretation of it. Alright, let's get back to it. I don't want to stall too much. Should do some flaring on that. Back to the reference. So more around the nose, jaw, neck, down the front. Okay. I'm gonna size that down a little bit. So we're thinking, well, a little bit into the blush part, but like right about there. That's where we're looking. A little bit back into the chin and then down. Okay. I can work with that. Oh, the lighting makes that hard to see if it's actually being colored properly. So straighten that out. Interesting how the shading works on these models. Okay, what I might do is make these gray too. Round those out so it matches really well. And then what I can do is just have the fluff do it, and then the rest of this body stays the darker gray. And then just blend it as necessary. That might be the go-to strat here. For consistency's sake. Once I figure out what's wrong with Blender, we can actually do some streaming on the Blender side of things. But a little more gray, like on the slightly lighter side, so something more into the white on the fluff. Okay, so a little more. I'll recolor the nose black in a moment. This is just preemptive stuff. I'm gonna have to hide that blush, actually. I don't want to. Yeah, that's why. Little things will sneak through if I don't do it that way. So I can straighten these all out. I'm thinking more of that shade. Reason I ask if it's a bit too light, then that makes blending significantly harder. Doable, but significantly harder. It's gonna take multiple layers worth coloring to get that right. Actually, that's a problem. I have to go back to that gray and then gray out, you know, all these black blotches. You have to give me, I'll actually divert and do that. Oh, Burn from Hamilton on piano? Ah, so you're a musician. I always respect that. I tried to take up guitar when I was younger. I didn't go all the way through with it. I probably should have. But then again, being a musician takes a lot of talent, especially to do it well. Mad props to you on that. I'll have to smooth out these lines later. Ah, very nice. Yeah, I'm more on the game design, you know, well, 3D modeling work type and gaming, so that makes sense. But, musician and gamer. How long you been playing for? The arms, like where it gets paws-like, gets brighter as well. It's just a placeholder line work right there. Always be changed. I'll probably go lower with it too. Something more on the stomach area. Oh no, brag all you want. Send it. If you're good at what you do, I mean, who can argue with you? Damn, a whole decade. That's impressive. That is wildly impressive. I'm just gonna, there you go. Ooh, awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear it. It's definitely going to go through a few different versions. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of adjustments made. I have the hex code for the gray sage because it's a fill layer, which makes life super easy. So I can always remove and then add more and remove without too much work. What have you been doing longer? Living? I think right up, just above the wrist, right about here is where you have the more white showing. So I'm going to use this as a placeholder so I can do all the fading and everything. claws. His claws look... That doesn't look black. Oh, you are a zookeeper. Now that is a fascinating, absolutely fascinating occupation right there. You get to work with the mean animals. The apexes. Oh, I overcolored. Whoops. There we go. Which I guess it's not fields. Which I guess types of animals did you work with the most? More large cats, elephants, penguins, or birds, or just kind of a little bit of everything? Yeah, doing extra schooling on top of being a zookeeper and being a musician, whew. There's only 24 hours in every day. You gotta, and 8 of them, well, supposed to be 8 of it's supposed to be taken up by sleep. I'll just color over the claws and then go black afterward. How do you get time to yourself balancing all of that? Aww, it snuck through and hit the leg. Whoops. There we go. After this arm, I'm gonna go fix the face. Those black dots on the face are gonna be bothering me if I don't. So that's a good placeholder. Oh, went right into the thigh. So I'll go black on the claws, have that as a placeholder for where I'm going to be blending everything. And then send it there, clean that up. Now the claws. Oop. Oh no, I have to get the gray back, don't I? I do. It's still a little too dark. You can see it off shaded. Well, you know what? I can admittedly, I can kind of just adjust the shading if I need to, but now I'm bothered by it. So fix that up. Fix that up. Fix that. Okay. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna copy this right here because that's my hex code. I'm gonna put that on a notepad real quick because I'm gonna need it for later. Oh, no stress. If you gotta do something, you gotta do something. Let's see. You get a little bit of everything. Interesting. Even the fishes. Even the fishes. Impressive. Admittedly, when I was in high school, I actually wanted to do something similar. I wanted to do like a veterinarian type career path. But unfortunately, things changed, interests changed, and it sort of fell out, but... Because hilariously enough, as much as I like animals, I'm an aviation enthusiast. Planes, flying around. Oh, man. Cannot wait till I actually get the time and the money to fully learn how to fly and get an actual pilot's license. Ah, sharks aren't too bad, are they? Other than the regrowing teeth. Which, admittedly, yes, that would be problematic. I'm gonna have to do a weird coloring pattern to not have it overlay with the claws. What scares you so much about sharks? Isn't it? Don't they more often than not have like really derpy, funny faces? Well, hello, Unsound. How are you? What, is work killing you again? Making you do more mundane tasks? See, this is what's bothering me right here. If I try to go to the corner of the claw, it's gonna do that. Well, you know, I mean, that's almost understandable, though. You get an ocean predator just friggin' zooming up to you at Mach 1. Yeah, that's definitely gonna make somebody jump. Derpy faces, but sharp teeth. I am currently making a Hobkin model for somebody actually in the chat. I assume they're still here, but just doing some 3D modeling work. I figured, you know, hey, I already do this, and if customers are okay with it, then hey, might as well stream and get work done at the same time. Two birds, one stone. I know. This one is a Hobkin. Though there's a lot of work to be done with both the physical shading, the blending of all the design, getting the eyes to work right, getting rid of this crap. But I'm currently focused on the nails. Well, of course sharks are going to give you Jaws vibes. They're sharks. When talking about sharks, I'm not gonna lie, I'm vaguely reminded of the movie Sharknado. Seeing that movie has permanently poisoned my view on sharks. It just comes up in my mind. I'm like, oh yes, those things. Ever seen that one? Absolutely ridiculous movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some shenanigans to fix this nonsense. Well, of course the beans. I mean, of course the bean gotta be pink. They're beans. Well, you know what, Unsound? Here's the deal. The smallest things are always the biggest pains in the ass. They're always the ones that give you the most trouble. For example, this weird coloring issue. I'm gonna have to go over with another brush to fix that later. Alrighty. Most important things are the small details, after all. That's what sets apart good art from amazing art. The fine details. Oh yeah, this nail specifically is giving me a lot of coloring trouble. Yeah, I'll just re-go through it with another brush, another overlay. This thing's gonna have like 9 layers on it by the time I'm done with it. And you're right about the tons of things to do, because I'm not just doing painting and coloring for this one. I'm going to be doing a lot of work in Blender, doing armature rigging, and all that kind of nonsense, and that's going to be fun in quotation marks, because Blender likes to get angry. Yeah, it's trying to shadow over. That's super annoying. That's a hard... It's going pixel by pixel, and that's the problem. You know, actually, some blending and smudging might actually fix that. I might actually test that right now. That might be the way around it. Alright, let's just grab the smudge tool and see if we can... I'll just recolor that part. Let's grab that, size it down, and see if we can actually, like, smudge these out. Oh, shoot, we can. Hold on. Smudge out the shadow as well. Come on. Come on, Substance Painter, don't lag out on me now. Yeah, essentially unsound, just extreme MS Paint. Is my mouse dead or something? Why is it unfollow and refollow so you can turn on notifs? What, it's not allowing you to do that? I believe we have a problem. Why is my mouse not moving? Hang on a moment. Come on. Oh my god, there we go. So it wasn't Substance Painter breaking. Yeah, unfollow and... I mean, go for it. Go for it, Michaela. And there's Unsound there. With his little, Oh, I cannot wait till I get to put emotes on my channel too. Oh, man. There's so much I want to do, but I gotta build up a larger following. It is what it is. Oh, it looks so much better though now that I can actually smudge out the little... Oh my, that looks so good. Perfect. Get rid of that too. I don't need you. Shadows are still kind of there, but I mean, you'd have to be actively looking for it. Plus the shading might actually... I'm actually added the shading. Right on sound. I need to get to affiliate, but that's... What is it, like 50 followers, a certain amount of hours of streaming, and... Oh, what was the other thing? Oh, a certain number of average viewers. I think it's 3 average. So if I can build up, you know, at least a decent following that'll come out to regular streams, that'll make it a million times easier. And I'm starting to get there, which I'm liking that. And it's just on the grindstone. When your starting average is 1 or 2 and you've done a lot of streaming, not really a lot, but a decent amount of streaming, you know, average, it's going to be a while before I get 3 average. And I set my follower goal for 30 just as a starting point, but seeing as I boomed all the way to 18, so I'm 60% of the way there in about a week. I mean, I think there's a lot of room for growth here, and I'm hoping I get there, but you know, I'm gonna fix the face before anything else. Just precautionary, just make it easier. So I go to the fill layer, find its hex code, copy it, go back to my layer 2 paint. Go to that, hit, not broken glass, cracks. That one gives some material. And go back. I'm gonna default. Oh! Tracking may be borked. Hold on. Thing I use for fate. Nope. Seems to be working good. Oh, alright. Perfect. It's still a little jumpy. I'm gonna have to recenter it then. Give me just a moment. Oh wow, it is super jumpy right now. But why? I mean, alright. That was interesting. Let's go back to Substance Painter now. Size that down. Get to color and normal. Go here. Backspace and paste. There we go. So now, oh, I left the height map on. Turn that off. Perfect. Now I can clean all that up. Certain things I'm gonna have to smudge out instead of straight colored out. Oh yes, the tiny hat. Oh yeah, I put little details like that on different models I make that are of mine, of course. The ones I work on for personal use or X, Y, and Z. It's it's one of those small details. What I need to do is actually get the rest of the armor on, you know, the chest plate and the second layer of the arm armor. But been busy streaming and working, so you know, take priority on that. What I might actually do with the hat is give it some physics so it bobs around on top of my horn. I thought that'd be nice. Put that there. And then on the side of the face right here, fix that up. Alright, face is all fixed up. Make sure the hair is all done and dusted, nothing's snuck around. There's one right there, a little sneaky little pixel. There you are. Alright. Now I can go back to the nail and then the beans. You know what's hilarious though, Unsound? It is surprising how many people miss small details like that. Whenever I'm in like VR or something, people don't often notice those small details until, you know, they've seen me a few times. I'll get the shade in. There ya go. There ya go. Perfect. I'll smudge out the lines on the fingers. Whoa, that does not want to color right. Okay. Little quirks with every 3D model I work on. That's the most fascinating part. All the little quirks you come across. Uh-oh, did I hit a finger back there? I did slightly. That's an easy fix, though. Swoop. Alright, whole nail's done. Well, this particular model is actually fairly recent. The Hobkin here, this base model is actually a well-known base model off of Gumroad, so I didn't have to do the base part of all of this. But what I'm going to be doing is a lot of coloring, clothing assets, radial menus, toggles for like different sliders on the whole model. That's going to take a significant amount of time, plus the rigging and weight painting and Blender and all of that. But because it's a base model, it's actually going to be a much faster project, as the hardest parts of actually doing the base rigging have been done. Me personally, I'm just gonna, instead of just doing all this explanation, I'll just get straight to the point. I started shortly before starting up the stream, as I was just waiting for the person that wanted the model done to have, you know, a comprehensive list of everything. You know, everything they wanted, at least most of what they wanted, and change things as necessary. Thankfully, this one shouldn't take too long, but if we're talking about the model I'm currently wearing as my, you know, VC face tracking, this one, as far as I'm concerned, isn't actually done yet. I've done so much work to get everything I want on this thing, to get all of the line work and everything. That is something. Okay, so that. So I think I have all the basics of where I need down. Apologies for the roundabout explanation on that. I go off on tangents. I have a very bad habit of over-explaining things. Unnecessary backstory and all those shenanigans. Bad habit. Okay, let's get back to the reference again. Actually, no, we're going to work on the beans first. We're actually going to work on the beans. How do you get that done? Okay, so because it's a base FBX. Fair enough. I'm going to have to do some blending. Actually, wait, I need to smudge the other nail before I move on. Before I forget. I don't want to leave that on the model and then have to come back later. Yeah, long story short, this one is relatively new. However, I can share some of the other work I have done. I have done quite a few different models, both both on commission and just for personal use. And believe it or not, I'm actually currently working on a fully custom one built from scratch with a... Oh, that messed with the fingers a little too much. I'm gonna have to fix that. Anyway, I'm working on a full custom model from scratch. All of the rigging, all of the key shapes, all of the animation work, all of the sculpting, friggin' polygon by polygon, vertex by vertex. Oh, didn't mean to open that up. My browser wanted to open up in the background. Like, no, I don't want to watch YouTube right now. Back to the chat. Oh, it's getting to... Oh, that's sad that that's getting to you. Oh, there's no material. Click, click, get back to the standard. Turn off high on color and normal. Okay, so pink beans. We'll start here and do some blending as necessary. I'll probably do some slightly darker lines in these divots here, just for a shading effect, so it's not like a flat texture. Well, that's something I didn't know on sound. I've known you for years, and I've never heard about that. I imagine it gets pretty annoying, though. Ooh. Yeah, I can't say I've ever had that myself, so I'll just consider myself lucky on that front. Hopefully I'm not, you know, I'm not knocking on wood with that. And I just immediately curse myself. Oh, that does explain the sweaters. Though admittedly, I didn't really think anything of it because I just wear sweaters all the time by default. It's just a default style I go for, so I didn't really think anything of it. My bad. There the beans. Now we have to do the line work for the beans. Oh, my little face tracker. I need to do this. In a memento, tracking's gonna go a little borked for the moment. Until I can correct it. And reset position. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be a little jumpy. Alright, let's darken the shade of this up a bit so I can actually mimic a shadow effect. So the beans have a little bit of detail to them. Maybe even add some height mapping too. That's a little too dark actually. An oat bath? Excuse me, oh, what? I can't say I've even heard of that. Do enlighten me. Smudge those to make him have some detail.
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Smudge it to make it look right. I have to smudge the center ones out entirely and just leave the outside. Might be all that's needed. I have never heard of that. And what, you just take the sock full of oats into the bath with you or something? That sounds very interesting. Can't say I've ever heard about it. But you got my curiosity. Like, what? I'll clean up these lines once I'm done actually outlining everything and where it needs to be. That's too high up, for example. Let's actually smudge that out now. That seems very interesting. Cannot say I ever heard of that, but very interesting. Intriguing. So it helps with sunburns, but what else does it? Or is it just like a refreshing thing? I'm gonna have to do a lot of work to get those beans right. Yeah, admittedly, I don't even think I need this. I think without it, it's better. My extra weird shading doesn't actually help all that much. Huh, I'm gonna have to do some testing with this. It leaves moisture on your skin. Wonder how it does it. At least my brain aren't oats like supposed to absorb moisture? Isn't that like their like what they do? I'm gonna have to see what this looks like in game and in Unity before I go and finalize what I'm doing with these toes. Because I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know where the breakpoint needs to be here, and the shading is just kind of there by default as well. It's just the end lines that are going to be concerning to get right. Probably just smudge those out. Get those lined up and have it that way. Have it like fade in. That's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, but thankfully I have that. It just leaves your skin not as dry and allows you to absorb moisture. Very interesting. I cannot say I've ever once heard about that. I've heard some interesting home remedies before. Unsound dropping some knowledge. Alright, next up, we gotta do the toenails. So we're gonna black those out for now. Oh. Yep, we're gonna have to do the same smudging shenanigans. That's fine. I don't know, man. The thing is that's kind of hard to tell with just off any sort of baseline, given the fact that, well, with what you grew up with, to you, that would be normal. So that's really just a process of elimination type thing. What's normal for one is weird for another, and vice versa. Or I guess maybe unknown would be a better word, given the current description. But, you get what I'm saying. A little bit of a stretch so I can continue this. Is that right? Well, that's an interesting bit of trivia. Wild. It's been 7 years, all bordering on 8 now. And I'm still learning things about you. Oh, this is the wrong toe. Back over here. You can't escape being painted. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I'm learning things today. I'm always down for that. The oat sock. Interesting designation. Begs the question, why have I never heard of this, like, before at all? I sort of figured that'd be something that would have been at least mentioned in passing, seeing as it's such a common thing. I mean, fair enough. I mean, hell, if you want to make your house smell like the Pillsbury Doughboy, you put vanilla extract in the oven. But but making it smell like that, you would have to put too much. Like getting the nice smell of vanilla extract isn't bad. But you put too much and let it simmer for too long, your whole house will smell like the Pillsbury Doughboy. So that does make a lot of sense why you wouldn't want to use flavored oats. Same concept. Oh wait, that nail didn't get painted properly? Right here on the side. What the get Alright, time to smudge. Ooh, a little too aggressive on that one. Oh, my notepad's over here. Just covered up my screen. Fix that up. Get that shading out of there. Right here over the top. You know, I'm kind of surprised the turnout for all of this. Didn't expect people would be as interested in watching me work on models and the like. Admittedly, it was kind of a gamble. Gotta say it's working out though. Oop, no, don't want to do that. There we go. Straighten out this shadow down here too. Ooh, you want to be difficult, I see. Oh, now we got 5 in here. Intriguing. Admittedly, the VR chat game tag was the closest one I could actually throw out for this, given the fact that that's what this model, to my knowledge, at least is being made for. However, should I need to import it elsewhere, I can also do that. So, and Twitch requires you choose a category, so that's what I did. So it relates to the game because this is what it's going to be used for. Alright, so the eye sheen's working. I am going to have to brighten that up a little bit, make it look more reflective than that. Now it's just, doesn't really have much reflection going off of it. So next thing I gotta do is straighten up the lines on the face. And then do some blending here, get a little more design there, then actually start getting work done on the polka dots and everything. All up the back and side of the character, and then probably the ears. Probably gonna save those for last, once everything is layered out properly. Need to do is straighten up and fix all of this line work here. Let's see if I can actually use this tool to do that. Oh, I sure can. Here we go, straighten this line out just a little bit. A little bit more shading. Round that off a bit. I'm going to change this up a bit later, however, now I need something stable and good reference point. Oh, what are these doing back here? Grab that, go here. Oh boy. Get rid of these, those were completely unintentional. Send back to sheet. So it's mainly up the sides and back. I'm probably gonna have to use a soft brush for that. I don't need scratches. A bit of a smoke brush? That might actually work super well. Actually. So what happens if I actually smoke brush over something? Also just an arbitrary color. What kind of effect does it have? Okay, I could fade things into other things with that in a different way. Oh, very interesting. Okay. I'll have to remember that for later. When I get working on the arms. So go back here, here, so it's a standardized material. Oh, the smoke's still there. Whoops. I might do something a little slightly darker for the tip of the tail. Ever so slightly. Because I kind of see the shading in there, and then leave some of the, and smudge out some of it to get some of the lighter, like, layered feather, not feather, leather, layered hair effect there. That might, take a bit of time, but it'd be fun. Alright. That's what I'll do. Paste that in there and then make it ever so slightly darker. Just by the slightest amount. It actually looks brighter, weirdly enough. Bring it down just a little more. A little bit more. There we go. Ever so slight. And then smudge it out on the lines to give a effect of the color. It'd be easier to see with a better lighting source, but you know. Again, that's more testing that has to be done in Unity and in-game once I have everything done and dusted. Thankfully, I can always go back. What I'll do before anything I'll just name it this, and that should let me know which model this one is. The shading is ever so slight. I might need to do it a little more actually. Current lighting, what'll happen, go to smudge it out on the lines, and you won't even notice it unless you're looking specifically for it. Okay. The other side, does it show better on this side? It does, just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Still really hard to tell. This is what I get for the high attention to detail, though. Size that up a bit to about there. No, that's way too big, actually. 0.6 might actually be the better call here. Kind of smudge it out. Look better in lighting. Oh, you can just see the shade difference. Right there. There you are. Yes, yes, this is Reedy. Welcome back, friend. Welcome back. It looks like Unsound's calling in your native language. Let's see how it looks in lighting. Oh yeah, you can actually see the shading difference. Oh, that looks so nice. Very subtle, but gives the fluff a bit of a layered effect to it in lighting. That was a little too aggressive. I might actually block that one back and then hit this one right here down the center. Oh yeah, as you see the light reflect off of it. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Okay. Oh my god, I've been at this for 2.5 hours? What? Okay. That's wild. Okay. I lose myself in my sense of time when I'm doing this work. You know, and I would love to have you do that. It'd liven some things up. I could, again, when we get to affiliate, just, dude, straight up send me some of the things, some of the random memes. I can put them as, like, I can put them just as straight up follower emotes. Not even, you don't even need to sub for it, just follower emotes. Admittedly, that's like the one thing I'd feel super weird about is like locking all the fun stuff behind like paid subscriptions. Feels super weird. Oh, are you? Oh, let me guess. You're gonna shoot some already? Okay. I'll keep them in the backlog just in case. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That's quite good. That is quite good. All right, let's get back to this so I can. Where do I want the dots at exactly, though? I think I have the other shade saved here on my notepad, so I'm going to copy that. Paste this over here. So I can actually round this out a little better. No stone unturned. Turn off height, color and normal. And then paste it there. That's that color? Yeah. Okay, good. A little more rounded. Someday, but today is not that day. You know, should I get a following? Like, I mean, it would be bound to happen, wouldn't it? Straight send it. Whole face reveal and all. Isn't that something like every streamer does? Well, admittedly, I guess it depends. I'm gonna have to smudge those lines. That's just gonna be a lot of. There's just so much I need to do here, and it's just I'm bouncing between everything. Ah. Actually, whiten that up a little bit, just a tad, and let's see how this looks. Okay, they're super small. That's the first problem. Okay. Can't even see it. So, too soft. Too soft a brush. How about this? Okay. That's got that 3 line. I don't need the 3 line. Oh, that might actually be perfect right there. Hold on. No. The jagged edges to kind of match like a fur pattern. Oh, that'd be really nice. Hold on. Or what I could do. Hold on, let me try something. There's a way I can actually use a randomizer brush to do some interesting stuff. Well, it wouldn't need splat. That wouldn't really work, would it? Okay, let's make this black just to see where, like, how it would work for a pattern. Okay, so that rain effect is kind of cool. You could do some interesting stuff with the line work there, but like that's a cool looking effect, but it's not the more polka dotted effect I would do. Ooh, this might be interesting. Hang on a minute. So I need to get a little more into the white. It'd have to be pretty aggressive to actually see it. But give it the dotted line kind of effect there. Size it down for down here, make it a little, Alright, let's see. Where all do you have spots? 'Cause I know it's a lot, there's a lot on the back, but specifically the front is what I'm curious about. covers a little bit on the side, but it generally avoids the brighter portions. A little bit on the back of the ears. I'm gonna have to do some size changes and spread them out a bit. What I can do though, let's try this. Tail's kind of hard to tell. Though admittedly I am going to have to do a tail swap anyway, but I'm going to have that set up as a separate material. So with a separate material, I can simply just, you know, drag that complete other tail here into Substance Painter and kind of do that. So that's kind of why I'm leaving the tail here alone. Let's see what we need to do for that. See, the arms have it a little bit. So I'll kind of space them out. They're a little small. Actually hold it down and make it a little more aggressive. Just a little spaced out here and there. You already got 75 on Fallout Shelter, dude. Come on now. Work just that boring, I imagine. Back over this way to kind of double down on those spots, kind of give a layered effect on them. Back of the ears seem to have a lot of it. A little bit on the inside too, frankly. There we go. A little bit of a... That's a little too much. Try to rotate these actually. Lean these ones forward. Yeah, this one's in the middle. Seem a little weird within there. I can repaint over that. There's a lot going to the top of the face here and then back into here. So what I'll do... Oh! Which one did I use? Oh, bastard. Now I find it again. Was it this one? No. No, it's not that one. Oh, god damn it. The default size was like 120 something, so if I can find it again. Oh, I lost it. Oh, that makes me angry. This one, it's a little less aggressive on this one, but it works. Goes down the side of the face a bit. So there's quite a bit there. And then slime them down there. One here would look nice too. Try not to overdo it. Fantastic, Elovi. So I imagine you want a little bit on the front of the legs as well. Oh yeah, the floaty swords are super annoying. Awesome, awesome. Alright. I'll get some laid out here. I just don't want to overdo it. Too many spots would kind of ruin the pattern. Try to keep them a little spaced out. Those. There we go. That looks. Ooh. I like it. I'm surprised I got as far as I did in this short amount of time. Let's see. Okay. Now we're gonna have to do some of the more annoying stuff, which is actually blending this so it goes into the hand instead of it being just like a glove. And also doing that with the front right here, which is why I gave myself all this extra room. And just a hard smudge probably isn't gonna do the trick. I'm gonna have to do like some blurring and whatnot. See how a blur would work there. If it even wants to. It does. Oh, there we go. Ooh. The color difference is pretty high, so it would be kind of hard to fully tell, but... Oh, there we go. Kind of do a little bit of a fade in type of deal. And then strengthen the color out here so it's not as drastic. Blur the line all up and down here. It still maintains its white and its difference, but still there. Oh, now it's coming together. I have to blur these things a little differently. I'm probably gonna have to color over a little further. Pretty aggressive blur to make it fade in. There we go. Very heavy fading. Gonna have to refine it as time goes on. Might even need to smudge it on top of the blur. Just make it blend even better. Take a little bit of work though. And it goes slightly red into the ears, so I'm gonna have to actually probably redo these after I get that all shaded in and blended in super well, but it seems like I need to lower the white there a little bit, which I can do. Come on, do a little bit of with a full smudge instead of a blur. pull it down just a little bit. Just a little bit more. And then go back to the blur and re-blur it, and that should fade in really nicely. Oh, that fades in real nicely, actually.